Hello, my dear students. Welcome to our English class. Today's thought: take up one idea, make that one idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea. And just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success, said by the great Swami Vivekananda. In this class, I am going to teach you grammar. Dear students, what do you see in this picture? These are the basic elements of English language. There are 26 alphabet in English, and they are also called letters. Letters are joined together to make meaningful words. If it does not give meaning, it is not considered as word. And words are joined together to make sentences. A sentence is a group of words that gives complete sense. Phrases and clauses are the part of the sentences. Let us learn phrases and clauses. First, what are phrases? Do you have any idea? Let me tell you. A phrase is a group of words without a subject and verb that functions in a sentence as one part of speech. For example, leaving behind the dog, smashing into a fence before the first test. In simple, a phrase is a group of words which gives some meaning only, not complete meaning. And a phrase does not have subject or verb. Look at this example, my dear students. In these examples, the circled words are called phrases. Near a table, in time, at a joker. These phrases are made by joining the words together, and they give some meaning only, but not complete meaning. Hence, these are called phrases. Next, we will see the types of phrases. There are different types. First, we will see noun phrase. Noun phrases may serve as subjects, direct objects, indirect objects, or objects of prepositions. Most noun phrases are constructed using determiners, adjectives, and a head noun. And a noun phrase is a group of words made up of a noun and its modifiers. Say, for an example, my coach is happy. Here, my coach is a noun phrase because it determines the name, noun. Some more examples: the white car, my English teacher, the bookshop, the pink house. Next, we will see the Verb phrases. Verb phrases are composed of the verbs of the sentence and any modifiers of the verbs, including adverbs, prepositional phrases, or objects. Most verb phrases function as predicates of sentences. You have already learned subject and predicate in the previous video. Subject, the doer of the action; predicate, the rest of the words in a sentence called predicate, except subject. It includes verb also. A verb phrase is a group of words made up of a verb, helping verbs, and modifiers. For example, Henry made my coach very proud. Here, made my coach is a verb phrase. Some more examples: ran quickly to catch, filled with horror, dedicated to, have worked together. Next, we will see the adjective phrases. Adjective phrases are composed of the adjectives that modify a noun and any adverbs or other elements that modify those adjectives. Adjective phrases always occur inside noun phrases or as predicate adjectives. You know very well about adjectives. Adjectives are called qualifiers. It qualifies or it describes the noun in a sentence. Say for an example, Dad bought a blue and green sweater. Instead of saying only sweater, they added some more words to the noun sweater. They are called adjectives. A blue and green. These words are called adjectives. Hence, this is adjective phrase. A blue and green sweater. Next, we will see the adverbial phrases. Adverbial phrases are composed of the adverbs that modify verbs, adjectives, or clauses. Adverbial phrases may occur with more than one word. The extra adverb is called an intensifier. You know very well about adverb. Adverb qualifies or determines the verb in a sentence. Say for an example, he scored the goal very quickly. Look at the words. Very quickly is the adverb, and it is called as adverbial phrase because it gives some meaning only. Very quickly, some meaning only. If we take out the other words from the sentence, we can't get complete meaning. So the words very quickly is called adverbial phrases. Next, we will see the prepositional phrases. Prepositional phrase begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun called the object of the preposition. You know very well, you have already learnt about prepositions in your lower classes. A phrase which has a preposition in it is called prepositional phrase. Say for an example, under the window. Here the word under is a preposition. The window is the object of the preposition under. Hence, it is called prepositional phrases. Next, near them. Near is the preposition, them object of the preposition near. Prepositional phrase may also have compound subject. For example, near the flowers and the trees. Compound subject means nothing combined of two or more than two subjects. Here the flowers and the trees are the compound subjects. Near is a preposition. Hence it is called prepositional phrase. Next, gerund phrase. Gerundive phrases may function in any way in which nouns may function as subjects, objects of the preposition, or even nouns functioning as adjectives. Gerundive phrases may contain gerunds, adjectives, objects, adverbs, or other main verb elements. I will teach gerund in the next video. Gerund means nothing. Verb 1 plus ing form is called gerund. For example, Dad talked about winning the game. Look at the words. Winning the game is a phrase, and the word winning is a gerund because it has the verb 1 plus ing form. Hence it is called gerund phrase. And gerund can be a subject or an object in a sentence. Next, infinitive phrase. Infinitive means when we add to before a main verb is called infinitive verb. For example, to walk, to go, to eat, etc. Infinitive phrases are composed of an infinitive verb, the base form of the verb preceded by to, and any modifying adverbs are prepositional phrases. The infinitive phrases have three functions: noun, adjective, adverb. Examples: my duty as a coach is to teach skills. Infinitive phrase because the words to teach skills is a phrase and it has infinitive to teach. My sister wanted a cat to love. To love is a phrase and also it is infinitive. Bill is eager to work on his skating. To work on his skating is a phrase and it has the infinitive form to work, and it modifies the adjective. Next, we will see the participial phrases. Participles are root verbs with an ed, en, or ing suffix. In the case of the past participle, the form may be irregular. Participial phrases may contain objects and other elements that might occur with main verbs. Participial phrases always function as adjectives. So the work of the phrase participial phrase is it works as an adjective only. Participle, the third form, the word which end with the ed or en or ing form called participle, and it is divided into two types: present participle, past participle. Present participle is nothing, verb 1 plus ing, and it is used as an adjective. Don't confuse with gerund and present participle. Gerund also has the same formation of V1 plus ing. Present participle also V1 plus ing, but there is a huge difference. Gerund works as a noun, whereas present participle works as an adjective. A phrase which has an adjective participle called participle phrase. For example, racing around the corner. He slipped and fell. Racing around the corner is a phrase, and the word racing is a participle, present participle. It acts as an adjective. Hence, it is called participial phrase. Okay, students, these are the different types of phrases. Let us see all the types in one picture. Look at these examples. All the kinds of phrases are given here with their examples. Noun, verb, adjectival, adverbial, prepositional, gerundive, participle, absolute, and infinitive. Go through the examples and learn phrases very clearly and its types. Next, we will learn about clause. What is a clause? A clause is a group of related words that contains at least one subject and one verb and is used as a sentence or part of a sentence. When a clause has complete meaning on its own, it can be used as a sentence. But when it has incomplete meaning, it is used as part of a sentence. Which means a clause is a group of words which gives complete meaning and has subject and verb in it. It can be a single sentence or a part of a sentence. For example, he is a news reporter. Here it is a simple single sentence, and also it is used as a sentence only. She loves music as a sentence, where he stays as a part of a sentence. Who lives next to my house as a part of a sentence. So a clause may stand as a single sentence or a part of a sentence. Next, we will learn about the different types of clauses. Clause has two types: independent clause, dependent clause. Let us learn one by one. What are dependent and independent clauses? Independent clause. Independent clauses, also known as main clauses or complete sentences. They can stand alone and express a complete meaning. Say, for an example, he is wearing a shirt. I like Chinese rice. I bought a computer. Independent clause, subject plus verb, gives complete thought. Independent. Next, dependent clause. A clause in a complex sentence that cannot stand alone as a complete sentence and that functions within the sentence as a noun or adjective or adverb. Which means dependent clause will not stand on its own and express a complete thought. It always depends the main clause, hence it is called dependent clause. Say, for an example, he likes Chinese rice, which tastes good. Here, the underlined words are called dependent clause because if we take out that from the sentence, it cannot stand on its own, though it gives meaning, but it cannot stand on its own and expresses a complete thought. It depends the main clause, that is, he likes Chinese rice. Next, a dependent clause can be classified into three types. First one, noun clause. A dependent clause that functions as a noun in a sentence is called noun clause. A noun clause performs same function like a noun in a sentence. Say, for an example, what he did made a problem for his family. Here, the underlined words what he did serves as a noun only. Hence, it is called noun clause. Next, adjective clause. A dependent clause that functions as an adjective in a sentence is called adjective clause, which means a dependent clause which acts as an adjective. For example, he wears a shirt which looks nice. So here the words which looks nice serves as an adjective to the noun shirt. Hence it is called adjective clause. Adjective or relative clauses can be restrictive clause or non-restrictive clause. Adjective clause is also called as relative clause. Relative clause are used with the words of which, whose, whom, where, that. Next, we will see the adverb clause. A dependent clause that functions as an adverb in a sentence is called adverb clause. It modifies or describes the situation in main clause in terms of time, frequency, cause and effect, contrast, condition, intensity, which means a dependent clause which acts as an adverb in a sentence called adverb clause. Say, for an example, she was happy because her father gave her a watch. Here, because her father gave her a watch acts as an adverb to the verb. Hence, it is called adverb clause. We can easily find out adverbs by asking certain questions to the verb. How, where, when, why. That means time, adverbs refers time, place, manner. Okay students, I hope you would have understood clauses and its types. Now let us move into the exercises. Here is the exercise for your better understanding. Tell whether the underlined clause is independent or dependent. Dear students, go through these examples and find out the independent or dependent clause on your own for your better understanding. Next, let us have a small recap. Here is given the difference between a phrase and a clause. A phrase does not make complete sense, whereas a clause makes complete sense. A phrase does not contain a subject and a predicate, but a clause contains a subject and a predicate. A phrase cannot stand alone as a simple sentence, whereas A clause can stand alone as a simple sentence or a part of a sentence. Phrase, for example, in the park. How to do it? Find beaches. Clause, examples. Who gave you a book? You have made a mistake. That is made of gold. Okay, students? What are the types of phrases? Noun phrase, verb phrase, prepositional phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, gerund phrase, participial phrase, and infinitive phrase. Clause. What are the types of clauses? Independent clause, dependent clause. And dependent clause also classified into three types: noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause. Okay, students? With this, I wind up this class and we will meet you in the next class. Thank you.